Welcome to Hop Odysseys, where we're traveling around looking for breweries that make great beer, but also make a great contribution to their communities. So hop on for a beer I've never had in a place I've never been with a friend I haven't met yet.
You might want to check number 12.
There you go.
Yeah, finally, I kept it close enough.
Hop Odysseys is riding into Hitchcock Brewing in Bernardston, Massachusetts. So come on in, have a beer, and stay till the end and get a geology lesson.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Hop Odysseys. We're here in Bernardston, Massachusetts at Hitchcock Brewing, and I'm with the owner and founder, Rich. And I tell you, this is the second version of it, and if all of you have ever been a home brewer and wanted your own brewery in your own backyard, that's the first time I met Rich. Hey, so tell me about
Hitchcock started in Wakey, Mass. back in 2016. We started as a hop farm. We put an acre of hops in. We had 840 plants. And then we started to build a brewery. We finished the brewery in May of 2016. It was in the backyard in an old alpaca barn that we redid. We had the hop yard right behind it. And did a tasting room in Wakey. And did that for about 3 years, and then we had an opportunity to come up north.
And I gotta add, apparently they had a license but they couldn't sell anything, so they were giving away their beer and making a lot of people happy.
Yeah. Not the best business model, but certainly makes people happy.
You made a lot of friends, and a lot of people were like, where do I get more of this Hitchcock beer?
Right.
Oh, I know that you do things in the community up here in Bernardston. Tell me some of the things that you do.
We work with the senior center. We really work with any of the town and local charities. So we sponsor the golf tournament that they run for Brookfield Community College. We work with the senior center here in Bernardston. They did some drive-through meals where we donated beer that they could sell and make some money for the senior center. We work with the fire department when they do their annual chicken roast and barbecue out in the common here. And on normal times, they have the big pumpkin fest, and we'll sponsor that. So really any of the local charities that are helping the community.
Fantastic.
So this is Dennis and Lisa, and they just rode their Harley down from Vermont. Hey, how do you like this place?
I love this place.
Best brewery around.
Hey, this is Chad, one of the brewers here. And Chad, tell me about your favorite beer.
Favorite beer? Right now, that would have to be our Better Days Belgian White Ale. Just a nice, easy drinking, give that kind of orange Belgian flavor with like banana and clove, with a little bit of orange to it. Just a nice, easy drinker for right now.
Hey, you were telling me earlier about the pumpkin roast, which you do coming up. Tell me about that.
Yeah, this is our 5th year now making a nice roasted pumpkin and squash beer. Ours is all naturally. We get the pumpkins out of Wakey and South Deerfield. This year we've got 400 pounds of pumpkins, sugar pumpkins and butternut squash from Gillespie Farms in South Deerfield.
Today we're brewing up our first batch of our Nice Rumpkin, which is our smoked squash and pumpkin ale, which every batch has about 100 pounds of each. We roast the pumpkin and squash ourselves outside and then add it into the mash, and it makes for a nice fall beer that everyone loves.
So how long does your pumpkin beer typically last before people are clamoring for more?
We normally do 4 batches. We're going to do 3 batches this year just because pumpkins are a little bit later. And usually by Thanksgiving, everybody's kind of done with pumpkins and moves on to winter beers. So we'll have it out next week, and it'll last for about 5 to 6 weeks.
Wow, look at this. This is a cool historic Indian motorcycle. Now, Rich is going to tell me the story behind this.
Yeah, our front-end manager, Dan Baer, his family was well connected with the Indian motorcycle factory in Springfield. And this bike was his grandfather's race bike.
Hey, so tell me the history of the name Hitchcock.
Hitchcock, Edward Hitchcock was the 3rd president of Amherst College and the state's first geologist. He is an impressive guy that did a body of work to try to understand in the 1820s how the Pioneer Valley was created. And he figured out that it was a giant glacier that came from White River Junction, Vermont, all the way down to Rocky Hill, Connecticut, that formed a big glacier that, when it melted, formed Glacial Lake Hitchcock. Once he finished this body of work and published it, he got the naming rights, and so this was known as Glacial Lake Hitchcock. And this whole fertile valley where all our fruits and vegetables grow so well here is because it was lake bottom soils for 20,000 years.
So, Hop Odysseys, hopes you enjoyed your trip to Hitchcock Brewing. Please go, enjoy the people, enjoy the beer, and enjoy the geology lesson. I found bikes and beer all over the world, and sometimes that friend I hadn't met yet was simply an amazing person. On a trip to Tanzania that involved bicycling, breweries, and a safari with the majestic wildlife of East Africa, I had the good fortune of meeting a woman named Connie Neighbor. Connie founded Karama Connection, an orphanage taking care of abandoned and orphaned children, giving them housing, education, healthcare, and mostly love. By subscribing to Hop Odysseys, you help provide for these kids. To learn more, see karamaconnection.org. It may change your life.